Welcome to another edition of your favorite after show, the Forever Day After Show here on JLG Media. I am one of your hosts, James Lott Jr. And you see, I got some men here. We got some men going on. To my left over here, it's your favorite person, Mr. Tony Moore.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Tony Moore.
and below, for those of you who only listen to the show, you get to see the folks. So you get to see them when they come on here. And we have someone who had an opening scene that was crazy, episode 1. But this week he was very tame, supporting his wife. He plays Jonah on the show. We're happy to have Mr. Matthew Preston.
Yay!
Hi, guys. Hello, hello.
He's coming to us from New York.
Yes, I'm in New York right now, so I'm mobile. I feel like this might be your first mobile after show, so I'm excited.
with his own Beyonce fan that's happening here. The win action.
That's called nature. That's called nature and fabulosity.
I love it.
It looks beautiful there right now.
Oh, it's so nice out. Yeah, it's beautiful out.
Yeah.
I wish I could say the same for my hair, but no.
So thank you for joining the show. We're going to start off talking to you because we know you at a limited time. First of all, okay. Playing Jonah must be. I love your voice. I love.
Thank you. I hate my voice, but thank you.
It fits the character. It fits the character. And so, how has this experience been for you doing this kind of audio soap opera?
It's not my first time doing it, but I love that I was given the chance to get back into it. Mm-hmm. So yeah, many moons ago, I'm going to say, oh my God, almost 15 years ago in 2005. I was in a radio soap opera called Scripts and Scruples. Shout out to Roger Newcomb for creating. Roger Newcomb did this amazing show 15 years ago. I was also a DJ in college, and we played the show in college, and so it was really fun making posters for the college campus. And then I went on to my character. So that character got did he kill himself? I think it was and then he was brought back, and I was brought back as a Southern character. And then from that, I went to another show called Eye of the Storm by creator Jonah Bennett, which was I would say 2008, 2009. And so whenever Candace Mack, my good friend of about 12 years now,
wow.
12, yeah, I found her through, I was co-hosting Buzzworthy Radio with Neville J. Lee, who also did Scripts and Scruples and another show called Rockland County that Ann Sayer, Monica Bailey, all these amazing. I think I'm forgetting names, but yeah. So this is my second go around because people were like, hey, do you want to be a part of this? And I was like, yes, I do, and thank you.
Well, it's funny how you guys everybody's related. Everybody's interrelated business. You know, I knew Candace, hooked her up with Case. I mean, it's all related. Everybody's related.
Yeah.
You know, but so now when they told you about Jonah, what did they tell you? Like, how do they pitch it to you?
They didn't really tell me that much. I just was told that I was a political figure and I'm cheating on my wife. And I was like, okay, so he's scum. And I'm like, perfect, got it.
yeah.
Love the character. Yeah, make me evil. I love playing the villain.
Oh yeah, I mean, who doesn't like playing a good villain? Okay, so I've always been like, this whole storyline for me is very interesting because, you know, with Stephanie and then, you know, Jonah's wife and Miranda and everything like that. Up until this point, like, I want to know if you could choose someone to be with, either Stephanie or Miranda, who would Matthew choose for Jonah to be with?
Ooh, you know, I wish I could combine the two. Maybe have like a Miranda fee.
Mm-hmm. Miranda fee.
Yes, and just have the two, because I think that the reason why he has such feelings for both of these characters is because with Miranda he has that history, he has that past, and the wife who I believe is devoted to him clearly. And then with Stephanie, it's clear she's fun. She's just fun. She's a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's a fun time.
Oh, she's a very fun time. I mean, let's face it, she a hoe. Like, that's what we really want to say, but we're just calling it fun time. Let's call a spade a spade. She a hoe. She used what she got to get what she want. And that's fine. Sometimes in life, you have to use, you know, use your assets.
Literally.
Yeah.
And that leads to episode 1 when we were in that table read. Remember, we were in that table read, and when that scene came up, the infamous, and she rose from under the table, under the desk. I was like, under the desk? What was she doing out there? Trying to find an earring? What was she doing out there?
Apparently that's not the only thing that rolls up in that scene.
So how did you feel about that? I mean, that going out to, because you're an actor, so going out to the public, like, that's kind of like, how did that get you?
I mean, as an actor, I've done worse scenes than that, and I have.
Oh, okay. Wait, 1 second. What did you do? Okay, just kidding.
No, he's not kidding. He actually wants to know what was the worst scene you've done that was worse than the death scene.
There was a lot. I mean, like, I wrote this movie called Cinco Dias, 5 Dias. It's on YouTube. You can actually watch it. It's also on Reverie TV, and there's 2 love scenes, and I'm getting humped quite loudly in that. And the great thing about that movie was my mother was a producer, so she came to a theater and we saw it together. I was sitting right next to her, and I was embarrassed. So it's like, oh no, this is fine. And I'm just like, don't talk. And then there was I did another graphic novel called Lost and Found, and there was again a love scene where I'm with a gay robot, and my mother was a producer in that, and she's like, well, I'm sensing a theme here and a pattern.
Yeah, there is.
And I was like, what is that theme? It's like gay sex. Like, yes, pretty much, Mom. Pretty much. And in my last project called Straight Up, which was based off of a story, were there 3 love scenes? 2 or 3 love scenes, and on stage, just. Oh, actually, I'm like, how much am I allowed to say on here?
I mean, it's Zoom, so
it's my network. Whatever you want, say whatever you want.
The character was going down on somebody outside in public, in public on stage. So that happened. So when this scene came up, of course I was like, well, this suits me quite well. But my thought was, how with the other actors, how will Christina Sullivan, who plays, I was really kind of protective of her, because I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm like, I want to be professional, of course, in any love scene that I do, or in general, just to have, like, and this was my first time meeting her. So it's like, hi, nice to meet you. We're going to do the scene. And I was really worried about her, but she's amazing. She's daring. She's fun. And she was just like, yeah, let's do it. And I'm just like, fantastic.
Sometimes you just got to go for it.
Her delivery,
exactly.
Her delivery is amazing in these scenes.
Oh my God,
makes me laugh. Her delivery of Stephanie. We had her on the show, of course. Her delivery.
I saw it. I love your show. I mean, I am such a big fan of Forever and a Day, and I love both. I listened to everything. I watched the after show. So that's why I was like, with Candace, I was like, you guys, I'm like, get me on the show, because I love the show. Your guys' show is amazing.
Oh, it's all Tony. It's Tony. Everybody loves Tony. It's him.
It's not me. Listen, I take 5 minutes to get ready. I plug in a computer. I talk for an hour, and then I go eat. Like, that's it. Happy Sunday.
Hashtag best life, living your best life.
I mean, I'm just saying. Wait, so Matthew, you're a big lover of soaps, correct?
Yes, I am.
What are your top soaps that you have loved throughout your lifespan? Did I ask that?
Lifespan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, your top 3 favorite soaps. I promise. I'm actually a host.
Do top 3. Also throw a little prime time in there.
Yes.
I grew up watching The Young and the Restless and The Bold and Beautiful with my mother at the age of like 6 or 7. What was I doing watching soaps back then? I don't know. But I knew about like blackmail. And I used to like go into like elementary school and be like, oh, Sheila Carter's gonna come after you, or yeah. My all-time favorite character is Lauren Fenmore, Tracy Bregman. I love her.
Okay, she's great.
She's my I was always rooting for Lauren, but like, who doesn't love Sheila Carter?
Sheila was the bomb.
So,
I met Kimberly Brown. I fangirled all over her. I love Kimberly Brown.
And she comes off as so nice. I've never met her. I've never interviewed her, but she seems so nice.
She's super nice. She's so not Sheila, but she's like super nice.
Yeah.
I can tell you that. She's super nice.
And then I will say, I do remember my very first memory of a TV show was way back in like 1987 watching Dallas with my parents.
Oh.
And I remember when Victoria Principal's character of Pam crashed into the a terrible season finale, I think.
Yeah, she blew
horrible.
Yeah.
And I just remember like Pam got into a car accident and thinking that like her car was axed. Because like, how do you explain that to a 2-year-old?
But they did. They're like, so
they did.
Matthew. The actor wanted to leave the show. That's so funny. That's so funny. Do you watch any other daytime soaps besides this?
Well, now I do. I mean, whenever I was in high school, I got into, because it came right after Bold and Beautiful, was As the World Turns and Guiding Light.
Yeah.
So that was a huge. And then being able to like interview a bunch of soap stars, that was a dream come true. Shout out to Errol Lewis from Soap Opera Network. He made my dreams come true. I was able to go to the 37th annual Daytime Emmy Awards, do a red carpet. We were doing this live stream, and it messed up. It was total, because we didn't have the equipment for it. This was way back in 2010. The equipment. It was messed up. Like, I just went with it. Everyone's like, we can't hear you, we can't see you. I'm like, shut up, I don't care. I'm living my dream right now. You know? Yeah, but now I also watch General Hospital, and when I try to, because it comes on at the same time as Y&R, Days of Our Lives, which I think is a great show. I watch the recaps on YouTube.
Whose recaps are you watching? Are you watching Tony's recaps? Whose recaps are you watching?
I need to watch Tony. I'll start to watch Tony's recaps.
Seriously, Dishin Days went on for 5 years. That's a top.
Oh my God.
It's an amazing recap show. We have all kinds of guests and everything.
I got my start. It was on his show 5 years ago.
I love it.
And
I also get some of my days fill from the ladies, which Candace is a part of Soap Party 411. Yeah. Carrie loves. I love the ladies there. Shout out to them. But Carrie loves Dave. It's like I had to like go on there and talk about soaps. So I'm like, Carrie, just talk about Dave, because I don't know what I'm talking about.
Tony, send him a link. Send him a link, Tony.
I will get it.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
If it's like this show, I will love it.
Oh, it's even more.
This show on 10.
On 10.
Nice.
Trust me. That's why I got my start, was on his show. He created it, so you'll love it. You'll love it. That's good. See, good to know. We figured that out.
Mm-hmm.
Good. So I mean, okay. So you guys finished filming the first season, right? You finished your season.
Yes.
You're done.
We're wrapped.
So how do you feel that you completed this first season? How do you feel about it?
I want more. I was like, we did 14 episodes. I was like, 14 episodes is not enough, and I want more. I'm like, give me more. Britney Spears.
Give me. Yeah.
Especially for the Bennetts, because I feel like the Harpers, like the Bennetts are kind of like the Abbott stepchildren to the Newmans, because they're not, and I feel like they're more interesting, where like, even though I just heard the recent episode, which I know you guys are going to recap, but I'm not going to give anything away. God, that drama, I was like.
So much drama.
Oh my God, it was amazing. But I was like, okay, you guys had your fun, so let's get into the nitty gritty of the Harpers. Come on. Lakin, I mean, the relationship with Caitlin and Alex and scheming and the whole Miranda thing, it's just so good.
I would say Renee is good as Miranda. She's good as Miranda. You guys have good.
Love her. I'm not saying this because like to be a kiss butt, but I love the whole cast. I think the whole cast, everyone brings their game, and they make the show so much fun, and just like it's like everyone's there to play.
Yeah.
And really bring it. And I also love whenever we get to record with Casey and Candace. With Casey, it's so funny because he does this thing. I don't know. Is he Wisconsin? He's in Wisconsin.
No, he's in Illinois. Same difference.
Illinois.
Midwest.
I love when he calls everyone hun. He's like, "You want to do another one, hun?" I'm just like, "Oh." I'm like, maybe, hun. I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah, he says hun all day. He's Midwest. They say hun. They say here. They say like just like.
Sometimes I will slip into a Midwest accent. I'm just like, oh, I don't know. Why not? You want to? Jonah will just be a Midwestern, just running for the Midwest.
Oh, I love it. Oh yeah, well, Matthew, thanks. I knew you have to go to work. Thanks for being on the show.
Yay!
Stay the whole hour.
I could talk to y'all for like
I know
5 hours about the show. The show is so amazing, and I love that it's on your channel. It's on JLJ Media. It's on Spotify. I was listening to it on Spotify. It's also is it on iHeartRadio? I believe.
Yeah, it's on everything, folks.
Oh my God! And can I tell you something? When I was at work yesterday. One of the chefs was like, "What have you been up to acting wise?" And I was like, "Forever and a Day." And he goes, "Yeah, that's the one with people talking." And I'm like, "So you heard of the show?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "It's very comforting, soothing." And I'm just like, "There you go."
Wow, bravo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
It's made its way.
Well, I worked very hard to get it out there to everybody. I thought I want to make it easy so folks just like a click here and there it is. We want people
Yeah,
search.
I always send FAADseries.com, the website, and yeah, that's where everyone just keep listening because there's more to come and it's getting good. It gets
It
so much
is.
better.
It is, folks. It's getting there, folks. It is getting there. Thank you, Matthew Preston. Tell folks where they can find you. If they want to find you, tell them where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find my silly little Instagram stories that I do with my roommate at mprestonnyc. I'm also on Twitter, Facebook at Matthew Preston, and my actor website, which I need to put Forever and a Day on, at matthewpreston.me.
Perfect. Yeah, go ahead. Follow his Instagram stories. He knows I do, so I'm like, we're gonna talk when we can get a reality shot of there somewhere.
Those Instagram stories, they're usually a hot mess.
They are a mess.
Just like me. I'm a hot mess express right here.
Have a good day at work, Matthew. We love you.
Bye, Matthew.
Bye,
You're doing an amazing job.
As are you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. So that was Matthew Preston.
Yay! Who plays Jonah?
That's Jonah. There and nice. It looked like a nice day back there in New York. I was like, man.
It looked really nice, and like the wind was blowing, so it wasn't too hot.
We like a good wind. I like a good wind machine.
Listen, you know I love a good wind action. I'm all about it.
So, okay, so I want to tell folks, people, thank you so much for liking the After Show. People have been totally liking it and telling us they love it. And I just want to make sure you know that, all the statements that, I make, of course, they're just, I treat this After Show like any After Show that I talk about. So, yes, the shade is real. And anything I like. I tell you I like it. If I don't like it, I tell you I don't like it. So I do every After Show the same way, and that's what After Shows are about. We're about two friends, and literally Tony and I are two friends, talking about a show that he's actually on. I'm a producer, and it's on my network, but we talk about it and have fun with it. And,
yes.
And we love everybody. So, but everybody's just so wonderful to us doing this show. Thank you so much. I totally appreciate that. We're two dudes, as Tony said once a long time ago, talking about a show.
Yes. Yes, we are.
I love that for a long time ago. 3D. I love that. So we'll start. So we're covering episodes 7 and 8.
Yes.
Some stuff went on, and again, I've always asked Tony, just because we're still learning this, how is it getting as we're moving on through the season? How's it getting to listen to this more and more? How's it getting for you?
It's still getting it's getting a little better. I was listening to it while driving, so and I still find myself just like talking to the radio and being. So I'm obviously very involved. I will say I did like the introduction of the sound effects this week, because last week I was actually, when I was listening to the episodes last week, I was telling a friend of mine, I was like, I kind of wish they had sound effects like how they did back in the day when they did radio dramas. And they would have like, the phone ringing or the door opening and stuff like that. I feel like it adds just another little element to it. And so this week when I was starting to hear sound effects, I said, oh.
He did. He was like, oh.
Okay.
A little glass shattering and a door lock. And I was like, oh,
doors opening, slaps.
There was a slap. I was like, oh, was that? I go, was that a slap? To me to say, I didn't
no. Listen, let me tell you, when I heard that slap, I literally went, oh shit. Like that's, like it hurt me. Like I was in the, but like when you hear a sound effect that makes you like react, then you know it's good.
I was like, it's a slap. I was like, okay.
That was a slap. If I mean, literally, I don't even know how her face,
Stayed on.
You know how your mom would say, "I'm gonna slap you in the next week." She clearly got slapped in the next week.
I saw my mom the other day. Can you slap me in the next year right now? Because this year, I'm done.
I think everybody's waiting in line for that mama slap to be like, you know what, we're done. Just slap me in the next year.
You promised, Mom. You promised.
I'll take that now. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm not talking next Sunday, next Tuesday. I'm talking next year. Just go all get the Hancock back and just go to town.
Just go.
Knock me out.
Just make sure you land on January 1st. That's it.
Yeah. So we have Leslie and Alex. We got Leslie. Leslie's in a bunch of stuff. I realized when I was into both these episodes, Leslie got her hands in talking to her dad. She mad at Stephanie. She got Alex going on. We got Colin over here. He's like, Leslie got a lot going on. I didn't realize that until now. I'm like, it's episode 7. I go, who's she go? Her hands are in a lot of stuff.
She does, but one thing she can get her hand out of is Stephanie.
She can't. Well, she was like, at the beginning of the episode, she's like, fire Stephanie to her dad. Just like demanded. And he was like, no, you will not talk to me however you want, basically. He was like,
right.
He was like, And I've done that with my daughters, grown daughters. I've done that a few times.
Oh yeah, we know. But I feel like she's wanting that because I feel like she's thinking that Stephanie is using her assets to get ahead. And I don't know if it's necessarily that, because I almost feel like Isaac needs it too. Like Isaac is just like, I haven't had some good loving since my wife died. Here's someone that's showing me attention. Why not?
That's what he said.
You know?
He said that. I agree with you. And I mean, I understand when she was talking, I love Kalia's voice. She plays Leslie. She's so good. Her and Brandon Larkin have great chemistry as father and daughter. She was really hurt. She misses her mom. And she's like, 3 years? It's 3 years? Like, in some ways, that's a long time. In some ways, it isn't for some people. As you know, grief is different for everybody. And so for her, you can tell she misses her mom. And she's got, and she was like, but then she was like, but then she's back to Stephanie. But all the women in the world, you had to pick, like, basically it was like saying, you got to pick Stephanie, like, all the women in the land.
All the plenty of fish.
Exactly.
You chose a trout.
Oh, I was going to say trout. Oh my God, I was going to say trout. That's so funny.
Because it's very close to trollop.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. But so seriously, she was almost like pleading with her father, like, come on, Dad. Like she's using, like she's not. And so, as the episodes go forward, she's done. She's just like, no, this is not. She's determined to get Leslie out of their lives.
You mean Leslie is determined to get Stephanie?
Yeah, Stephanie out of their lives.
Yes. I mean, well, listen, she might have help because Donovan finally figured out where she lived.
Oh my God. Okay. We're gonna go right to that scene right now because I just filmed I recorded the next episode of episode 9. And there's some stuff that happens in there, folks. I couldn't stop laughing at how creepy it is. So I had to record it like 4 times. I kept messing up as I was reading the narration.
Why? Because you kept reading Lott box.
That's Melanie. It's another story too. I laughed on that one too. Now I laughed on. That's funny. I laughed on that one too. I was like, lockbox. Okay, James. It's not funny. It's not anything nasty. But Donovan sends black roses with maggots on them. I'm like,
spray. First of all, that's a lot of effort. Like you couldn't. Like you spray painted the roses to be black. You couldn't just go to the flower shop and be like, just give me some roses. Dead.
Nope. And
Matt,
I was like, where do you find maggots?
You can order anything off Amazon. You can order ants off Amazon. So why not maggots? You know what? Let me look.
I didn't even know that. Really? I didn't know that. That makes sense. It makes sense. I mean, it kind of makes sense. I mean, you might order anything. But I didn't know that.
I'm going to look up and hopefully like Big Brother isn't like, why are you looking up maggots?
As he's looking that up, that was the thing. It's like I was like, okay, so maggots are usually born out of rotted something. So I'm kind of like, where do you get the maggots from? The spread of.
Oh, they keep taking me to magnets. I want magnets.
No magnets.
No
Maggot.
magnets. Let me see. Live bugs.
I know you can get ladybugs. I know that for sure. I know ladybugs are good for you. Of course, you release in your yard first thing in the morning.
Yeah. Okay, so my mistake. You cannot buy maggots off Amazon.
Okay.
So I stand corrected.
But you get ants, though. You said that's kind of crazy.
I think so. Because you can build an ant colony.
Oh yeah. The kids like that too. For kids, yeah, you at that point.
Yeah, for the children to see them work and just.
Ants are insidious. Ooh, oh my god, they live in there. So that's definitely scared as F. She is scared. So I don't know what happened. We're gonna find out, I guess. But I'm like, she sees his name. She gets the box. And it was funny when she got the box. She was like, "Oh, Isaac."
Or Jonah. She didn't know where it came from. And then when she opened the box and saw they were black and maggots, she was just like, "Oh, Donovan." I was like, "Yeah, girl," because Jonah or Isaac ain't sending you no dead ass roses.
No, it sure were. I was laughing. She was like, "Ooh, both of my men's." And then she was like, "I need some help. Should I call? I can't call Jonah because I would be suspicious. I can call." So she got like a Rolodex of men she can choose from. Apparently, she was like, well, "I can't do this one, so I'll call this one. I can't do this one, I'll just call this one." I was like, "Oh, okay, Stephanie."
Okay, girl. Look, I'm not mad.
I'm not mad either. I'm like, I'm gonna have some choices.
Listen, live your life. You do have choices.
I said you have a few. And so that was kind of interesting. So that storyline's gonna be very interesting to see where that actually goes this season because it's getting creepier and creepier. And I met the actor who plays him, and he's not creepy. He's a great guy, but he plays creepy really well.
Yes.
Michael.
Michael.
Okay. So that's what else. We had that going on. And like I said, we had Jonah on. So just briefly, it wasn't really, the only thing was they were having a nice night in. He was going to made her a nice dinner. They were dancing. She faints. And I was laughing because Tony and I talked about this last night. We were just kind of debriefing to see the doctor. And Miranda was like, "Tell me, what's going on? What's going on?" Like, because the doctor's just like standing there.
And I'm sitting here like, why is it taking 2 commercial breaks to find out what's wrong with her? Like, I was talking back to the radio. I was like, spit it out. Let's go. Like, what's wrong with her? My first initial thought was that Stephanie poisoned her.
Ooh, okay.
That was my first initial thought because especially after the conversation that she had, basically being like, "Jonah, if you don't win, will you leave your wife?" Because I feel like this. I know Matthew was saying that like, Miranda's like in this marriage, but I also just kind of feel like, when you get like, is complacent the word? Like you're just in your everyday routine. I kind of feel like that's how Jonah and Miranda are. Like they're just so used to each other that they're just like, I mean, I guess we just gonna make it work until one of us chokes. You know what I mean? Like that's the kind of feeling that I got. So with this, the romantical evening, I was just like, yeah, I don't know if y'all trying to rekindle or like reinsure each other. Like we good, right? Are we?
Ooh.
We're married.
I see that, Tony. No, actually, it's a great observation. I didn't think of it that way, but I like that. And the thing is, which is funny, what could have been really funny is that they actually what if they do reignite through this whole situation? What if?
I don't know, because her fainting messed up the whole evening.
But her illness could bring them together, could reignite feelings. I'm wondering, like it's happened before. You said you've been married a long time, you're going through the rigmarole, whatever of life, but then this happens, and you're like, I do love you. We did get married for a reason. We have kids together. Like maybe that's gonna happen, Tony. But I like the idea that they've been married for a long time, just going through the motions. She likes the lifestyle. He likes the lifestyle. Stephanie's fun. Like you said, Stephanie's fun. She's also a little hopsy-topsy thing, flouncing her ass all over the place. And what man wouldn't want that?
Right. I mean,
younger woman.
It's the classic, have your cake and eat it too.
Cake. Ooh, you like this. And then, I don't want to pay royalties for that. So, but yeah, so I think it's like, no, I like that idea. And I think that's a great observation. And so I think it'd be interesting if they actually did kind of grow closer because of this situation that's happening. And I was go ahead.
Go ahead. Give your shout out.
Little shout out. The wink wink for those of you who liked As the World Turns, the little Easter eggs they call it. They're at Memorial Hospital. So I had a little chuckle because on As the World Turns, the big hospital was Oakdale Memorial Hospital. nice to have a little, there's a little Easter egg in there for that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have found that Easter egg.
I said it. I was just saying, if you're a CBS soap fan, you would have got it. So that's my point.
It's funny when she got diagnosed, I suddenly pictured Casey and Candace like researching, we want to give her a disease, but like, what should it be? And like having to go to WebMD and being like, blood diseases and what they cause, and like, we should give her melanocytoma or whatever, the rare thing that, whatever it's called, I don't know.
Myeloma.
What is it?
Myeloma.
Bioloma?
No, myeloma. Halitosis or something. You said, what would you say?
You know what? That sounds like a place where you go get a loan. Myeloma. It's like, hi, welcome to Myelona, where you can get your loan today.
It's a blood cancer of sorts, but either way, yes, I can picture them doing the same thing, kind of looking at them.
Yeah.
What blood can we? What kind of disease can we give homegirl?
Right.
So they gave her that, which could, go either direction. So you could kill her off or leave her alive. So I mean, it could go either direction. So Miranda, she'd be sick. So that's what's going on with her. But I thought poisoning too at first. Also, I thought something.
I did.
But then, nope, that's the turn. That was the turn.
She got myeloma.
Now, one of the other storylines we had the debut of executive producer, co-executive producer, co-head writer, Candace Mack, running trash.com as Danielle Fraser, your sister, Tony, on the show. I had to laugh because I was like, so they named it trash.com. Is that a little too on the nose, maybe? They couldn't give it a different name, but trash.com. Just saying that.
They wanted to be very direct.
Apparently.
What kind of news do you want? Trash.
Trash.
Yeah.
And her and Darrell Anthony, our other buddy who plays Antoine, had their bitch fest and shadiness at Prodigy while trying to get martinis.
Neither one of them were having each other, and I was like, all right, girl. Why? I was like, why y'all hate each other? I don't know if I mentioned this last show, but I was literally, and I mentioned this when Darrell did the takeover on the Instagram. I was like, why did Antoine only ask for $1,000? Like, he presented it as if he was about to ask for like $1 million. He was like, $1,000. I'm like, bitch, you might as well just say $2.
Right, exactly. I'm like, but my thing was, like I said last time, I would be like Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. I would not be check.
Mm-hmm.
I need that cash in my account now.
I need to hit transfer.
But go ahead.
You were about to mention Melanie, and I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah, she's part of the story. This part of the scene.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that her and Antoine will be kind of partners in crime, sort of say. Like Antoine is intrigued by her. I think Melanie, just wandering into town, needs someone to lean on. I mean, she already done paid $1,000 for information. Why not? So.
Yeah, I for me, it's just, I just have to say this, of course, I'm a big fan of Beth Ehlers. I was a big Guiding Light fan. So it's just funny I'm like, that's her voice. So I'm just listening. I'm like, Beth Ehlers is on a show that's on my network. It's kind of crazy.
Mm.
So I had a little fangirl moment on that one.
Mm-hmm.
But what's funny is, so I wrote this down. So when Melanie comes up, Danielle's like a nosy Rosie. So what are you doing here? Why do you know each other? What do you guys? I'm like, she's just like, she had no shame.
I mean, hello, she's a part of trash.com. Of course she's going to ask. Of course she's going to be inquisitive. She probably asked the stoplight, why are you red today?
Because I was like, girl. Just like, and Melly's just like, we're not really friends, but we just met. Okay, girl, nothing to say here.
Nothing to see. Keep doing you. Nothing to see here. Don't be bothered.
But then, as they're sitting there, Melly's like, where's my purse? Now, I have to laugh because the other day, I did this in front of my sister.
You were looking for your purse, too? You couldn't find your purse?
My purse is always on me.
Your purse. It's not purse. It's purse.
But here's the point I was trying to make, Tony.
That you lost your purse. You know you're not supposed to put it on the floor. Maybe it was on the floor.
No, you never put. Oh, that's bad luck. I would never do that.
Yeah.
You always get. My mother
did
gets
you have
hair at the restaurant we go to for her purse.
Oh well, of course. Did you have your glasses on when you were looking for your purse?
I couldn't find my glasses. They were on me. That's an old person.
Well, had you said they were in your purse, that would have been funny.
But see, I wear glasses with the thing because I'm old now. So
with the thing,
the string. So I have to go like this because I have to take them off and on all the time. Because I'm an old person now. People know this. People know how to do this. Like, the Whoopi Goldberg. So I have to like take them off. So I was doing that and I was like, oh my God, my glasses. Oh, they're right here. And my sister almost crashed the car. So when this scene came up, I was like, I've been there before. I mean, I've done it. Tony, when you get older, wait till you find out how things go. You'll be doing the same thing, trust me. But Melanie's thing, I don't know what it is, but I don't think that's it. We don't know what it is yet, but that was she couldn't find her purse. Her purse was sitting right there. Antoine's like, your purse is right there, girl.
It's like, girl, you just put your purse on the counter, honey.
Yeah.
Like, how did you miss that?
I was like, have another drink, girl. Have another drink. And then she also gives out the thing to him that she's Elaine Harper's sister. I didn't know Elaine had a sister. I didn't know she had any family. I thought she was a pod person. He was like, I didn't know that.
Well, now it explains the photos and stuff. Oh, but
it gets better.
There's a lot of secrets in that lockbox. What's she doing with Colin's birth certificate?
So back to the lockbox. Every time I say that word, I bust up. I don't know.
Well, of course, because you say it about 10 times. She walks over to the lockbox. She unlocks the lockbox. She looks in the lockbox. She closes the lockbox. The lockbox is placed on top of the dresser.
Exactly.
The lockbox.
I should do a song. Lockbox. I'm gonna have to do a song for that.
But define your lockbox. Because let me tell you, ain't no unknown treasures in there.
I won't be unearthing anything in there that's new.
Honey, them treasures have been found.
Yeah, but they have been found. They've been conquered and found.
Them jewels are counterfeited.
I actually think I lost my jewels. I don't know where they are anymore.
They ain't in your lockbox.
Yeah.
See you there.
But here's the deal. So that storyline is interesting because, okay, so I wrote this down because we'll talk about the dinner and we'll talk about all that in a second, but they revealed some stuff, right? So there's a birth certificate, but then later when Melanie shows up, they get into it. And that's where we heard the slap around the world. I mean, it's like that.
Oh my! That slap hurt. That slap hurt my feelings.
I was like, dang, girl. First they're smiling. Next thing you know, she's like going off on her. Okay, I'm trying to get again timelines. So when Elaine and Gunnar are talking, they talk about it's been 25 years since her miscarriage, and then she became an alcoholic. Then she's like, but then we adopted Colin from the orphanage. I was like, Colin's adopted? Did I not know that? I don't remember Colin being adopted.
And we thought this whole time that was the biological child.
That's what I thought. And I was like, and he said it so
nonchalantly.
It was just like, and when he was adopted, we got him at the orphanage. What? And then Caitlin was born. It was like, so is Caitlin yours? And then Colin isn't? But then how old is Colin? Colin ain't no 25 years old. We know that. So I was like, okay, there's something going on. And then she says when she comes in, he calls her Lainey. Don't call me that. She goes, it's been 28 years. So it's all connecting for me now. It's like the pictures, the lockbox, pictures, the 25. So it's like that scene was so interesting because it was just kind of like, yeah, when we adopted him at the orphanage, he saved our marriage, and Caitlin repaired. How they put it? I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, wait a minute. Did I just hear what I just heard? And I did hear what I just heard. So I thought that was interesting. And then you have Caitlin walking. That's how they ended on with Caitlin walking in. Kind of like, and they're like, "This is your Aunt Melody. I'm your Aunt Melody. You know who I am, Aunt Melody." And I'm like, "Is there something going on there too?"
I picture Caitlin looking at her like,
yeah.
I don't know you.
I don't know you, bitch. So I don't know. I'm like, there's some stuff going on. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in the family. But I was like, that all came out. I was like, wait a minute. There's like 10 things going on in that sentence.
I think also there's, there has to be a reason why you just disappear for 28 years.
And you weren't there for your parents because she went off. Because Elaine broke it down. She took a book. That's what she did, Tony. She took a book and she opened it up and said, "Let me read the receipts."
Mm-hmm.
And homegirl was like, and then when Dad died, and then when they all wanted, I'm like, I was like, ooh, this make her. And Melanie was so calm. It's like, well, I just couldn't be there, like something going on. There's a lot.
It's like, bitch, where were you? Where have you been for 28 years? Like, how do you hide for 28 years? Like, I can see a couple.
Even
but not
5.
28.
5.
That's a lot.
I had a friend I didn't see for 12 years. And we reconnected, but it was different. He left the city and went somewhere else. And then I moved to the city where he's living, and then we saw each other. So but I was like, that's 12 years. But 28, that's a lot.
Well, 12 is a lot too, but
it was a lot. We're good friends. Yeah.
Hmm.
But that was interesting. That was very interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. I think there's a lot. I almost want to be like Jonah and Gunnar. Y'all don't run, because y'all got so many skeletons in your closet, honey.
Well, that's what Melanie said on the show. She was like, she got a lot of skeletons. Elaine got a lot of skeletons in her closet. So I was like, ooh.
It's like all the stuff. It's like, you just tap out. Just be like, you know what? Good luck, city.
Peace out. Don't cry for me, Augustus. Totally. There you go. Totally. But before that was the actual dinner. And see, okay, so I have a huge man crush on Colin. And so I feel I'm Team Colin 1,000%. Every show you get, you find somebody you like on there. And I am Team Colin. I love Quinn who plays him. I'm Team Colin 1,000%. And I just feel like, oh my God, she's totally playing him.
Listen,
Emma.
Colin is just gonna need so much therapy, shoulders to cry on, or something. Because when all this shit hit the fan, I feel like he's gonna be the one that's standing there like, why is this happening to me? What did I do? It's a lot. Girl, you about to find out you adopted, having a fake baby, and and Alex don't want, like, girl, just, you know what? This is my advice. When it all hits, Colin, just pack a bag, give them the extra stage left, right, Tony? Yep, there you go. Bye. Bye, everybody. See, just like that. Bye, everybody. Yep. Peace out, everyone. Yeah, that's exactly what he needs to do. I know every show has their one put upon person. I feel like Colin's it. He needs to look like, that Viola Davis gif I always send of her grabbing her purse and walking out? That needs to be Colin. Yeah. Let me get my purse, folks. I'll see you later. That needs to be Colin. I was like, I just want to comfort him and make him feel better. Oh, we all know why you want to comfort him. All right, so we had a rap party, you guys, recently, and I didn't come on for the main one. I came on for the later one. And I told him, I said, you should write a character, his friend from college, who says, remember that one night in college, Quinn? My mom's saying his real name. Colin. And then I comfort him after what he finds out about Emma. That's just me. Adding myself into a show. Tell me a little bit about that, Tony. Oh. How dare you? But true. I feel bad for him. And we had Jeannie on the show, of course, and she's just amazing. I mean, I love her. Yeah. She's great and everything. They're good together. But just like, Gunner's not having it, though. He does not trust this bitch. And he has the right to not trust her. Like, I'm like, everybody thinking he's crazy. He's not crazy. He's on. You think that comes from a political standpoint? Yeah. Like you just don't trust people? Yeah, I think so. But he's actually kind of right in the situation. Like, he doesn't know he's right, and no one knows he's right. But when it comes, it's all could come out at some point. If and when it does, he'll be like, I told you so. Pretty much. And they have a right to. But see, Elaine at first was against it because she was all kind of like, Leslie. Now she's kind of like, I'm going to be a grandma. So she's kind of like, tuned in. Caitlin supports Emma, and wait till she finds out, because she loves her brother Colin.
She'll be like, fuck you.
But also, Emma, girl, I'm gonna need you to get like your lives together. Like, first of all, you know, you're supposed to have just swooped into town and went straight to Colin. Like, all of a sudden, Alex was wrong about you. Bitch, why are you mentioning Alex?
I know. I just slipped out. She's trying to call. I know. You know how that phone call. I try to call somebody. Go. I think said something.
Alex, I really wish you would have picked up your phone because I messed up and Colin is on his way. And don't tell him about the plan.
Well, first of all, why would he tell about the whole thing? Is a plan between you two. Of course, he won't tell about the plan. Yeah, I know exactly. That's like that was dumb, Emma. First of all,
you supposed to act like you. Oh, I just ran into him. You didn't run into nobody in Augustus. You know why? Because you drove in or you flew in, and you had the address to Colin, and you said beep bop boop bop boop bop boop, take me there. You didn't stop at the Coffee Bean and then look at the Coffee Bean and like look over. Wait, what's it called? The Tasty Cafe? What's it called?
Cafe.
The Lazy Bean. You didn't stop at the Lazy Bean before going to Colin's, and poof, all of a sudden Alex is there, and you go, I know you. Yeah, you know Colin, don't you? And y'all were just, and then you go, oh, he was wrong about you. You spent 3 months with Colin in Europe. You already know Colin. You don't need Alex Bennett's description of
exact dissertation on Colin. Like, hello. That's what I was like. Girl, you slipping. It's that pregnancy brain. That's what's going on, nigga. You slipping. Girl.
That ain't no pregnancy brain. That's just dumb.
So I was like, oh my God. I said, and okay, not everybody's at their phone all the time either. Some folks they're doing stuff. Like they can't get to the phone just because you made a mistake. I was like, So you slipping, girl. I was like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I mean, more things like this happen and stuff's gonna come out because of your mouth. You got diarrhea of the mouth. That's what it's gonna do yourself in.
She got some of the mouth.
Yeah, you gotta be careful, Doug, because he's in. Right now he's in. He's like, I wanna raise this child, I'm gonna work on that. He's in.
Mm-hmm.
That's I feel bad for him. Not my Colin.
Oh, Colin.
And that's our show, folks. That's basically what happened. Those are episodes 7 and 8. So like I said, it's getting good. We are now halfway through the season because so what's going to happen is we're going to have 9 and 10, and then if I'm correct, there won't be a show. I think I was just told there won't be a show on September 11th, which is a Friday. We're going to do Remembrance of September 11th. So I think then we have a show. The next week will be episodes 11, and however it's going to work. It's going to work something like that. But we know no show on September 11th. I just know that for sure. They told us that. But we'll be here every Sunday for you, recapping the show. We have guests coming on every episode. So from the show, talking about what's going on and everything. So we appreciate their time. Matthew Preston, we appreciate his time being on the show.
Yes.
Tony Moore, tell me the folks can find you.
Well, you can find Little Old Chocolate Me on all social media platforms at Lounging with Tony, or you can find me on your favorite NBC #1 hit soap opera, Days of Our Lives, giving you a full dish of this week's episodes of Days of Our Lives on Dishin' Days, which is at our YouTube channel, Dishin' Days with the D's capitalized, or you can find us on Facebook and Instagram, Dishin' Days, or on the Twitter _Dishin' Days.
That ad is always applied.
It's in quarantine.
It's totally in quarantine. It's like it needs to be Venmo'd or something. I don't know.
Okay.
No, but yes. So this is Soap Sunday. So this is the show. We start off first. I have the Y&R mini spotlight. I have the Bold and Beautiful mini spotlight. And boy, we have a lot to talk about on that show. I just want to give a shout out to Denise Richards. She is killing it. And then we have the GH mini spotlight where it's me and Frank. The ladies couldn't make it, so me and Frank will be live at 6 p.m. talking about all kinds of stuff that happened this week on General Hospital. And those are all on JLJ Media, but go ahead and follow Dishin' Days on Dishin' Days and watch that show. It was a busy week in Days of Our Lives, too.
And make sure you subscribe to JLJ Media. Make sure you buy the books. Make sure you listen to the music. Make sure you tune into the shows. Make sure you listen to the podcast. Make sure you buy the T-shirts, the mugs, the fans. Make sure you...
That's next. I don't trust you know me. That's next. I do want to get a mug. I guess that's next. But I do have JLJ Media stuff. And yes, the Forever and a Day book spinoff, the Tasty Bean Cafe book 1 is out now. And it's a lot of fun. It's the first of several that'll be coming out, so go ahead and start your collection. They're easy reads. They're a lot of fun, and some of your favorite characters from the show show up in those books. So go ahead and check those out. And you can follow JLJ Media everywhere, of course, all social media platforms, on all streaming services. Forever and a Day is Mondays and Fridays. Every Monday and Friday, JLJ Media audio. So wherever you find your audio podcast, go there and subscribe or follow. We have like 2 different buttons, sometimes different ones. Do it and then listen to it. That's what I do. I listen to them. I listen to mine on Spotify mostly. I just go to Spotify and listen to it.
Mm-hmm. That's how I listen to Forever and a Day.
Yeah, it's just yes, I said there. And as always, you can find me where all James Lott Juniors are sold at James Lott Jr. on all social media platforms. That's my real. I'm just kidding. And everybody, we love coming on here every Sunday and talking to you. Thank you so much for watching our shows, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.